Babcock brings such an important conversation to our school, to our classroom. Something we've been talking about for a long time, but then Alley came like a sledgehammer.
I'm Alley Babcock, I'm 25, and I'm from Camden, New York.
Tell us a little bit how you got into photography.
My parents bought my grandma a camcorder, and then I was really interested in it because she always had it, and so then my parents bought me a little tiny camcorder and they saved up just to get it for me, and then I used it and I've been doing it ever since. In Rochester, there's a big, huge creative community and photography community, and especially here at RIT, it's one of the top 5 colleges in the country for photography, so it's a huge community and it's welcoming. Back home, it's very close-minded, off from the arts. People aren't accepting of the arts. It's very small town, close-minded. There's no diversity there at all. I'm inspired by all the creatives in Rochester. When I did my Snow Milk campaign, we reached out to the community to have those people model for me. And when we were at the Martin Luther King Jr. Park downtown, a bunch of people came up to us and was really interested in what we were doing because we had the clothing rack there, and they came up and were like, we'll model. So they came back at the end of the day and they modeled for us, and it was really cool to just meet and collaborate with a bunch of people in Rochester.
How would you say in the biggest way you evolved from where you started to?
I think technique and finding my voice, because I always knew that I wanted to change the industry and bring in inclusion, and I wanted to see body types like me and like my mom in the industry, because growing up it was really hard to look at those magazines that were really photoshopped, and just thinking that that's what I needed to be seen in the world. I've developed a voice in my photography, and I'm very outspoken now about bringing diversity and inclusion into the photography community. It's really important to me. It needs to happen. It's not that hard. People just need to do it. Snow Milk, so the owner, Adobe, I met him in New York City and we collaborated. It was the Add To project, so there was a group of us, and I emailed him and I was like, hey, I'd love to do a collaboration with you, and he sent us a bunch of pieces to work with. So we got to style and produce and photograph a campaign for him to advertise in New York City.
What are some obstacles and struggles that you have faced during photography?
I think the pushback from the industry. I did a retouching class, and the professor brought in a guy who had been in the industry for a while, and he was showing us how he retouched this model. And so the model was already a skinny blonde, and he retouched her and pulled in her waist, and he goes, now it's better. Yeah, so that it's a pushback, because those people still in the industry like that, and they're still stuck in that mindset, in the closed off mindset.
Do you have a style as a photographer, and if you do, what would you say it is?
A lot of people say it's edgy and it makes people uncomfortable and it creates conversations. I'd really love to work with Days magazine and collaborate with Days magazine, and I would love to get on the cover of Days. I'd love to be a part of that.
What is it about Days magazine that makes you attracted to it?
The fashion, it's punchy, it's edgy. I just love that. I love that about Days.
Tell us about the connections that you made at RIT and what it has done for you as a person.
There's so many connections here. It's a huge community, but it's actually really small, if that makes sense. Everybody, the alumni still come back and come see our shows, and they interact on Instagram, and a lot of alumni post on our RIT photo Instagram. It's just a big community. It's supportive. It's not really as competitive as it is made out to be. It's very close-knit, and it's really nice. It's really nice to be a part of.
What was your favorite part of your senior project this year?
Collaboration, meeting different people, collaborating. I just love collaborating. I'd love to go to New York, but I'm also really interested in helping up-and-coming small designers. So literally anywhere I would love to work. Just love to collaborate with a bunch of creative people.
If you could say and give a piece of advice to your 10-year-old self, what would it be?
That you need confidence, and now I still do, but you need confidence, and that you need to stop caring about what people think about you, because it doesn't matter, and you'll always find a community that supports you. I've been saying this quote for a while now: be the person you needed growing up. This is no diss to my parents and has everything to do with the norms and expectations society has put on young people's bodies. Growing up, it was extremely clear that my body type was something that society steered away from with the overwhelming amount of weight loss media and diet culture. It has created detrimental ideas of perfectionism in my mind, and I have been struggling for years to unlearn those things. For the past year, I have been trying to find designers and creatives that care about diversifying the industry with body inclusion